What's up, guys? Nathan and Casey, how are you? Welcome to the stream.
I'm good, man. How are you? Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I'm awesome. I appreciate you guys coming on. I have you listed as co-founders of Euphoria Finance, which I'm going to be completely honest, was not on my radar until yesterday. Actually, to be fair, Kyle Samani was on, I think, Monday, and he showed you guys. I think he's an investor. I'm not entirely sure, but I had never heard of you. He showed it. I didn't really think much of it, and then I saw your post yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, this is sick." So I got to try a quick demo. I mean, do you guys want to give a quick intro on sort of who you are and what Euphoria Finance is?
Yeah, so I'm Nathan. I'm the CEO at Euphoria. I've got a bit of a background in crypto. The first thing I built was local CoinSwap, the peer-to-peer exchange. It's still going strong. After that, I was an MEV trader. I guess I was most known for like the salmonella attacks. I popularized the strategy of like draining other people's bots. So I was doing MEV trading for a while. Then started a prop shop, got acquired, and went and did a whole bunch of stuff in infrastructure and product. And yeah, just got like really sort of bored of infrastructure and trading. Went into a little bit of like a depressed period in my life. And yeah, I was looking for something to do. I had a background in trading, I had a background in product. So I knew whatever I did had to have something to do with trading. So I was, yeah, just using all the different trading apps out there, playing a bunch of mobile games, using all the exchanges, and just looking for like what is the gap in the market. And one day, it's like very random, but yeah, one day I went on Rollbit, the online
Uh huh.
casino, and I was trading 1000x leverage futures. I don't know if you've tried
Dude,
it, but it's
what?
like 1000x leverage. You just, every time you click, you bet like $1 and you just lose the dollar
You
straight away. But occasionally you just get like a big win. And I put on some electronic music and I just started clicking. And then all of a sudden I had like a feeling, like a dopamine rush. And I'd worked as a MEV trader, and it was a very competitive thing. Like it was very difficult. We worked long hours, but I'd never had this like feeling of trading that retail gets. And when I started clicking on this 1000x leverage over and over again with the music playing, I had that feeling. I was like, okay, this is what retail experiences when they are like trading. So I just became obsessed with how do we lean into that feeling. So I locked myself in a room for a month or two and just like basically abandoned all like pretenses. I said, forget about options, forget about perps, forget about everything else. Let's just think about how we could build the most fun trading experience possible. And I started sketching out different ideas, reading books, playing more games, and trying more apps, and came up with about 10 different trading experiences. And then, yeah, left the room, shopped a few of them around to get people's reactions. And there was one where people said, wow, like there's actually something here. You should build this. And yeah, that is the experience that you've been playing around with. So yeah, went out, met Casey. The rest is kind of history.
Whoa, that was that was like a unreal intro. Casey, do you want to give a quick one as well?
Yeah, certainly. So mine is certainly not as colorful as Nathan's, but I spent a long time as a trader, both in derivatives. I came from TradFi into crypto a long time ago. I've been in this space for a while. I had a crypto and DeFi education company for a long time, and then yeah, I met Nathan last year, and as he said, the rest is history. So I've been uh, trading, trenching, doing all the things, and then Nathan and I met, and Euphoria is where I'm at.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we actually met at a philosophy conference on crypto. So
Really,
yeah, just like
what
yeah,
does that even mean? A
really random.
philosophy conference?
It was a conference in Bangkok, and it was on meme coins, gambling, and speculation. And it was by a bunch of infrastructure people. So everyone there was really anti-gambling, and I was invited on as the pro-gambling guy because, like, I support speculation, I support trading meme coins. I think it's fun, it's fine. And so everyone else there was really against it, but I was like, yeah, the pro-gambling guy. And I didn't convince anyone in the room that gambling was good except for Casey. So afterwards, Casey came up and was like, "You didn't like convince anyone else here, but you convinced me." And yeah, we got chatting. We went traveling together in Thailand for a couple of weeks, and then yeah, been working together ever since.
That's an incredible story.
Yeah, I never knew how to speak around like the morality of what I did for a living, which was like trading meme coins at the time. And so it's like, people are always asking you these philosophical questions around these things. And like Nathan, the way that he was framing them, I was like, wow, in this room of people who are completely adversary to the topic, like you think like I think, and this is cool.
Damn, that's awesome. Wait, really quick before we talk Euphoria stuff, Nathan, can I ask you to give me the lore on this MEV exploit? I'm not sure I've heard of this.
you look up Nathan Worsley salmonella, and like you'll see it in like Google or whatever. But basically, it's a strategy where, if you know what sandwich trading is,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
where a bot is like exploiting user transactions to like steal money off them when they trade. The salmonella attack is where you pretend to be a vulnerable user, but you're launching like a decoy token, and when the sandwich bot tries to interact with the token tricks a sandwich bot into giving them all its money. So yeah, the MEV trading was a very like PvP kind of world, and salmonella was like the most PvP strategy in it. Literally just like figuring out how you can drain these sandwich bots. I saw it as fair game. Like there's no innocent like victim in this. The sandwich bot makes its money exploiting users, so the funds in that bot are fair game.
How much did you make in the like grand exploit? Can you say?
The one that like if you Google like the one that came up, I took about I think $250,000 in 10 minutes in the from Ethermine. They were one of the larger Ethereum miners at the time.
Jesus, dude, that's whoa, damn. I remember when Jared from Subway.eth was like running rampant on ETH like 2023, 2024.
Yeah, he's like the top sandwich trader right now.
Damn, that's crazy lore. Okay, but I'll refocus. Tell me about like the trading experience for Euphoria. Maybe at the end, like last 5 or 10 minutes, we could do like a quick demo or something. I have it set up. But like, how did you even get to the point where you thought, like, I know you talked about Rollbit, but you thought that we need a new trading experience. Like, why do we need a new trading experience? And then how does Euphoria actually work?
I think it's easy to forget that there's a level of sophistication required to use a lot of the products that exist in crypto. Like if you go to Hyperliquid is fun, it's a successful product. But if you go on Hyperliquid, you see an order book, you see technical indicators, you see words like leverage, whatever. Like a normal person outside of crypto doesn't really understand that thing. So yeah, I saw a gap in the market for like making these things simple enough that anyone could use them. And the corollary, the project that has done this outside of crypto is Robinhood. There were a lot of apps before Robinhood where you could trade options, where you could buy stocks. So Robinhood wasn't the first app of its kind, but they made it really simple. They made it so it's fun, it's gamified, and they unlocked an entirely new market in the process. So all the college kids, the people in universities across America trading options on Robinhood, they weren't doing that before Robinhood, even though they could. Robinhood just made it so simple that they unlocked a new market. And yeah, Casey, happy for you to run over how Euphoria works.
Yeah, so I mean, it looks like a fun, simple tap game on the screen, but under the hood, it's actually a complex derivatives exchange. So it's essentially an options protocol under the hood, and you can think of it technically almost like a Hyperliquid style setup, right? Where we have an in-house market making operation, there's an order book and matching engine, and so it looks like this, gamified experience. You're just tapping the screen. It looks like a very non-sophisticated product, but it's quite the feat. And so it's been really fun to disguise all of that and hide it and make sure users don't have to see the guts of what they're interacting with, right? Like when you're the king of x.com, you don't give a shit that you're interacting on TCP/IP. Like you care that you're on x.com. So that's like the same thesis here, right? We want users to care about the front end, not what's going on the back end.
I'm not a big like stake.com gambler, but I have a couple of friends that are like chronic gambling addicts, and they're always it's the experience that you sent me is similar to that little like mind stepper thing that people play. Like how did you land on that exactly? Like why do you think people are, I guess even to reframe it, like who is the product for? Like what trader or consumer is going to see the Euphoria UIUX and be like, I want to use this? Like who are your power users?
It's the kind of thing where you don't need any education to use it. So Pump Fund onboarded a whole bunch of new users into crypto because they gave them something really simple to interact with. And we want to do the same for derivatives. So I'd say the ideal user is the marginal user. It's someone who's like a normal person. Hyperliquid's too complex for them. Deribit's too complex for them. But if you give them something where all you have to say is just click where you think the price is gonna hit, that's like a product that they can instantly start trading on. The normal person who who's like waiting for a train. They pick up their phone, they take a few trades. They're at a bar with a friend, they pull out their phones, connect them, have like a trading competition with each other. Just like the normal person who is like crypto curious, but is not sophisticated enough for like leverage trading and technical analysis. And yeah, I think there was like maybe a precursor to that question of like, how did we settle on this experience specifically? A lot of the research started with like, what are things that people are already familiar with? I had a thesis that whatever we built had to be based around simple finger gestures. So I'd look at existing apps like, okay, Tinder, Instagram, Gmail, Google Maps, and think about what are the finger gestures that are involved in using that. And the experience that you've played around with is actually based on Google Maps. So it's like zoom in with 2 fingers, zoom out with 2 fingers, scroll around with 1 finger, click on that little arrow to find where the price is again. It's exactly the same controls as Google Maps. So yeah, everything that I sketched out that we sort of like tested for Euphoria was based on things that you would already be familiar with. So there's just like no real like education required. Like, oh, you know how to use Google Maps? Yeah, it's just the same here.
I asked when I had Kyle on, I asked him, what is your primary focus for investing in crypto right now that maybe is a newer vertical? And I've never heard anyone give this answer. It was like unique trading experiences, which was like kind of a unique answer. Like I haven't really had anyone say that. Why do you think that trading UIUX, it feels like it's like largely stalled? Like we sort of landed on a way that you trade and what it looks like and what it feels like, and it's sort of just been that all the way through.
Yeah, there's a lot less originality in the crypto space than we would want, right? Like someone comes up with an idea and then we just get like lots and lots of clones of that idea. Perps is a good original idea, but everyone has just been cloning it ever since. Just like they cloned the original Uniswap DEX model. So one thing we were really committed to was we have to do some kind of 0 to 1 innovation. Like we'll take the risk of failing, but whatever we do will be net new. There's no reason why trading has to be perps. There's no reason why it has to be meme coins. Those are just good ideas that other people came up with. You can come up with your own good idea as well if you're a builder.
Yeah, I think something important to note for you and your audience as well is that like Euphoria brings the pump fund feeling to blue chips, right? So like you have the same volatility that you're seeking to achieve and getting rugged 85 times a day because, you know, like you've got something bundled and you don't know who's got supply control, blah, blah, blah. On Euphoria, you have that same volatility that you're going after, but nobody's got supply. You're trading Bitcoin. Like you're trading, you have the same volatility that you're risking exponentially more for. That you can achieve. And so I think that the difference is here that there's not all of the information asymmetry, there's not all of these things that can happen. And so while it is for a less sophisticated user, additionally, like the launchpad wars are going on right now. You know, people are trying to be the next this, the next that, the next pump, the next hyperliquid. But it's like, okay, what if you experiment? And what if you think about this a little bit differently?
How does the mechanism actually work under the hood? Like how are you getting volatility in Bitcoin shop?
Yeah,
Go
on, Casey.
So you just move down to a lower time frame. That's how you get volatility on a Bitcoin chart.
I guess the simplest way to think about it is like the market maker is selling you like the probability that it'll land on that square. So the payouts are just based on how unlikely the square is. If you're clicking on a square that is like quite far away from the price, it's less likely that the price will land there. So the market maker can offer you a higher payout.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you like 2 more questions, and then you think we could rip like a quick little demo?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, honest question. You guys met at like a meme coin philosophy conference, and you were the only one arguing pro meme coins. Do you see like any level of ethical dilemma building a like normie friendly perps hyper gambling options platform?
I think the ethical line is in how honest you're being. Like if you're saying, "Hey, this is a wealth generation event. You're definitely gonna get rich or whatever," I think that's unethical. If you're building something where the idea is that people can have the most fun possible, and you're being honest about that, I don't see that as unethical. I think there's a lot of hypocrisy because, if I wanted to go skydiving or base jumping, and people would say that's cool, but I'm risking my life. Like I might die, my kids are left without like a father or whatever, but people would say I was cool. If I want to go and gamble where the only thing I'm risking is money, like why is that suddenly a bad thing? And the other hypocrisy is that the whole of crypto runs on speculation. if it wasn't for speculation, no blockchain would be investable, no payment solution would be investable, no infra project would be investable. The only reason there's like any investable projects in crypto is because the speculation is the tide that lifts all boats. So yeah, I guess that's kind of like my basic position on the matter.
Skydiving analogy is nuts. Do you think it took a Robin Hood, like I used to trade options, but I was trading on like a Webull, and it was a fucking, I don't know if you ever traded on a Webull before. It's a disaster. Do you think it takes a Robin Hood options type of experience for there to be 500 million people trading crypto daily? Like, is this the direction that it has to go for the non-crypto Twitter native power user?
I think like perps are good, but is advantages to these like sort of options based experiences. They really lend themselves to like session based play. Like pull out your phone, play for 10 minutes, take a bunch of trades, put your phone down. They also have like very capped downsides. Like, okay, you can lose like the money that you placed in a bet, but you can't like lose your whole position through margin or whatever. So I think like both of them have their place. But for like normal people, I think a lot of the experiences that you can build on top of options are going to be more fun for them.
I like that take. I think that's a fair take. Okay, can we see it? Can we see it? I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna turn cam off, and I'm gonna flip my my overlay real quick so people can see like the full cam, and then maybe you can share screen, and I can watch your share screen. Let's see.
Nathan, are you grabbing it, or do you want me to pull it up?
I'm gonna pull it out, Casey.
Yeah, I got you.
God, producer Luke, you're getting a raise, man. This is incredible job. Boom. Take your time. I'm cam off here, but I'm cam on the stream, so it's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess while Casey is setting it up, I can give you like the basic explanation is just, it's like Google Maps. Zoom in, zoom out with 2 fingers, scroll with 1 finger, find the price by clicking on the arrow, and just click on the square that you think that the price will hit. And the further away from the price you click, the higher the multiplier will be if that square hits.
The Google Maps analogy is crazy too, because I guess you're right. That is the like default mobile experience. Like everyone knows how to use Google Maps.
Yeah, I think good user experience is about guiding people through things that they're already familiar with. So you don't want to put barriers in their way.
When
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead, Casey.
You're good. I was gonna say I'm gonna have to share my entire screen, so you're gonna see yourselves here for a second.
Okay,
but
it's okay.
Yeah, so the demo that we have for you guys is a mini app on Telegram, so it won't show like the full thing because this isn't our actual testnet application. We haven't revealed that to the world quite yet, so this is our demo for today.
I just want to see the mechanism.
Yeah, for sure. So the way that it works is, like Nathan said, you're watching the line move across the screen. So you could put this into anyone's hand and say, hey, tap where you think the price is going to go. So you just tap.
Oh, wait, I
tap,
wasn't watching.
Tap, and on your phone, you're just
there we go.
tapping.
Okay, wait, sorry, I didn't see anything, but now I see it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what am I looking at right now? Like, what's happening? The chart is what? The chart is ETH?
Yeah, so on the demo, this is just a simulation of the price. On the real app, obviously, it's real pricing, but you're looking at the ETH price. Right now, you're currently these seconds or these squares are 5 seconds, and so you're placing your bids. Where right now I'm set to $1. So each of these trades that I'm placing, it's a $1 bet that I'm taking that the line is going to cross through that square at some point within that duration.
Okay, so you are oh wait, hold on, I fucked up the screen share. Let me come back.
As you can
Okay, so you're on the 1 second chart of ETH, and then every time you click a square, you're basically making a prediction that the price will be in that square in 5 seconds.
Exactly, yeah. You can think about it as like taking options exposure. So the further away from the price you click, the like more out of the money the option is that you're buying, and thus like the higher the payout will be. And you can see that on this really fast time frame, it gives you this feeling of like emotional connection with the price. Like you feel like you're somehow emotionally connected to the price, and you have a feeling about where you think it's going to go. So it's very like vibe sort of intuition based.
And so
this is like vibe trading. Like we put up a tweet the other day. Like imagine you're watching the FOMC meeting. You don't know what direction the market's gonna go. You're like, shit, I don't want to open a perp position because what if I'm offsides on this position? So you have this open and you're like tapping the whole way up as like the price is moving up. And then you flip your bias immediately because you're like, no, actually I got faked out on the news. So I start tapping down because then the price is going down.
And
right?
so if
it's like,
if it hits the square, you make money. If it doesn't, you lose, obviously.
Exactly.
Correct.
And then the further out your square is, basically the more leverage you're taking, like the higher risk, the higher payout.
Yeah, well, the downside is capped to the bet. So like, yeah, so it's capped to the amount of money you bet. But yeah, it's kind of effective leverage in a way.
I'm not gonna lie, I only played with the demo for like 5 minutes before the stream, so I didn't quite understand what was happening. But dude, this is nuts. If you go like on the like if you go like 1 square out versus like 10 squares out on the like time frame, you're taking on more risk as well, right?
Exactly, because you're clicking on a square where the price is less likely to land in. But then if it does, you're going to get a higher payout if it does hit there.
I mean, this is fucking nuts, bro. This isn't crazy. This is crazy. And so you could go like you could trade a penny basically on these squares, or you could just fucking spam this all day.
Yeah, I mean, we were just chasing like what is the most fun that you can possibly have while trading, and yeah, this was the result.
This is unreal. I'm not gonna lie. This is like so addicting. I can just like see myself torching. And so if you go like, if you put it in a square 1 off where the price basically already is, what type of returns are you getting on that?
Yeah, you're not going to get the highest. So you're not going to even. You're looking at like less than a 2x if you're like right next to the price with real pricing. Yeah. But you can get to 1000x pretty quickly, clicking a few squares away from the price.
Oh my god, this is nuts. When is this live?
You can spam them too.
Oh, you can spam, and it has the instant. The sound is like turning me on. The little like ching, ching, ching. Sorry for the verbiage.
I actually like went into a few different casinos as part of my product research, and one thing I noticed was in every casino the sound is the same. I was like, I'm sure these companies have put like billions of dollars of research into the sound, so yeah, we'll just steal their sounds.
Whoa, this is a crazy experience. I'm not gonna lie. When is this live?
We're going live with Mega ETH. Yes, we're launching on the Mega ETH chain. They're building it. We needed a very fast chain for this because the Oracle update has to update really fast.
Dude, so this is fucked. You just hit 5. This thing is fucked. This is I don't even know what to think about this, but I'm like ready to fucking gamble. This is like, yeah, this is wild. And so you could do what? Just majors on this or anything?
We want to launch with like the major liquid assets, and then after that, we can list anything that we can get a high-speed Oracle feed for. But I think it makes sense to just start with a couple of assets, like the blue chip liquid assets, and then ask people what they want us to list next.
The 1 second chart. Yeah, how do you get volatility? The 1 second chart. I mean, this is nuts.
Yeah, I don't know if you need like fucking like Trump or Fartcoin or something when you can get this much volatility with Bitcoin and Ethereum.
This is what I mean. Like you can have fun without, like the opposing cabal like bundling their supply and then you getting fucked because like you didn't know something was gonna happen.
I'm not gonna lie, this is like scary. Is this gonna be an app on the App Store? Has to be, right? At some point.
Yeah, it's mobile first, so yeah, we think that's just the way everyone wants to trade now.
This is so fucked.
This is out to like a higher time frame, so you can.
Oh my god.
You can take your bets and treat it just like a range-based trading experience. You're like, hey, listen, I'm not accurate enough to predict like where exactly I think it's going to go, but I think in the next 5 minutes, ETH will be in this range. And so you can go and you can place your bets on a higher time frame too. So you don't have to go like fast and furious, but obviously it's way more fun to do that.
We do think for maximum fun, we want to push the limits of how fast we can make this.
I'm not going to lie, guys, this is so fucked. I'm like itching to actually trade live money on this. It's an unreal experience. Yeah, it looks great. Because I didn't get the full like understand of what was happening when I fucked with the demo today because I was only on it for a second. But I do now. I was just like clicking random buttons like, oh, I'm winning money. Like, how does it work? I get it now. Yeah, this is a winner potentially. Do you have some codes? My chat like really wants codes.
I think we shared it with the team, but yeah, I guess we'll pick a few people and we can share it into the proof of.
Yeah, it's important to note that this is not the. I'm gonna stop my share.
Okay, you can stop sharing. I'll come back as well.
It's important to note that this is not the actual product that we're going live with. So threadguy got a sneak peek of what it's actually gonna look like, but the reason that we're not sharing it with everybody is because like the product that's coming is actually sick, and it's coming in a couple of weeks for everybody. So we're teasing a little bit of demos here and there, but. Keeping it under wraps a bit.
Yeah, guys, I have to let you go in a minute. I'm not gonna lie. This is like I'm like a little like whoa. It's a crazy experience. I think you fucking cooked on this. You just announced a raise yesterday, right? That's what the announcement was.
We mentioned Carl a couple of times. Multicoin weren't actually investors; they're just
Okay.
kind of like friends and supporters of the project. But yeah,
Okay.
we raised from 100 investors. We just announced it yesterday.
Cool.
So yeah, we
Congrats.
want to have like, a bunch of good people behind us.
You might have to let me sneak into bundle post race. Maybe we can talk about it off stream. But Nathan, Casey, this was incredible. Thank you for coming on. Thanks for the demo. This is I think you have a fucking winner here. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you guys.
Thank you. I'm really glad you liked it.
All right,
Thanks for having
y'all.
us.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for the time. I'll
Yeah.
be firing some clips. I'll tag you all, send you the YouTube video, everything. But yeah, this was